let's just be real for a second. Have you looked at the world lately and just felt this deep sense of unease in your gut? You're not alone. There's this feeling, right, that we're on the brink of something huge, something irreversible. But what if all this chaos isn't random? What if there was a blueprint for it, written down thousands of years ago?
I mean, it starts with a sound we've all gotten way too used to, the constant drumbeat of war. It's all over our headlines, it's filling up our feeds, conflicts just flaring up, old tensions boiling over. It's this relentless cycle of wars and rumors of wars.
And then there's that anxiety that hits a lot closer to home, right? Our wallets, our finances. And this isn't just one country we're talking about, it's like a global shockwave. This massive economic instability is leaving millions of people wondering about their jobs, their savings, their entire future.
And you know, underneath it all, it feels like the very fabric of our societies is just being ripped apart. Politically, socially, heck, even inside our own families. You can feel it, can't you? That division is so thick, you could cut it with a knife.
This just feels like more than another bad news cycle. There's this growing feeling that these things aren't just separate events, they're connected. Like we are getting closer and closer to some kind of point of no return.
So this is where the story takes a really fascinating turn. What if that unease you're feeling isn't just you being anxious? What if it's your gut recognizing a really ancient pattern, a sequence of events that was laid out in a book that billions of people have revered for millennia?
All right, so let's turn to Matthew chapter 24. This is where Jesus' disciples ask him a super direct question. They basically say, hey, what's the sign that you're coming back and that the world as we know it is ending? And he does not hold back. He gives them a surprisingly detailed answer.
He lays out these really specific signs, not some vague horoscope-style predictions, but actual categories of global events. And then he uses this powerful metaphor. He calls them the beginning of birth pains. Think about that. Not the end itself, but these intense, unmistakable contractions that signal something new is about to be born.
And this is where it gets a little bit spooky. The parallel is just startling. The ancient text says, nation will rise against nation. And today's headlines? A devastating conflict in Ukraine, non-stop tension in the Middle East. It's like the prophecy is playing out with just stunning accuracy.
Then the prophecy mentions famines. Now, in our world, a famine isn't always just about a failed crop. It's about supply chains completely breaking down, inflation soaring through the roof. It's economic instability that threatens the food and resources for millions. The ancient word just finds its modern echo. The pattern holds.
And here's the final piece of the pattern he mentioned: earthquakes in various places. Today, we see this not just as literal earthquakes, but as this clear and terrifying increase in how often and how intense all natural disasters are. The fires, the floods, the storms. According to this ancient blueprint, these are not random coincidences. They're signals.
So, if all these signs are popping up all around us, what's the point? Is the goal just to scare us into a panic? No. And this is the crucial part of the message, the part that so many people miss when they get caught up in the fear. It's not just a warning, it's a call to action.
Right after describing a world that's seemingly falling apart, the message just pivots completely. It's not a call to go build a bunker or just fall into despair. It is a direct command. He who stands firm to the end will be saved. The promise isn't for the people who panic and run for the hills. It's for those who endure.
So this really breaks down our mission into 3 clear steps. We're not meant to be just passive spectators watching the world burn. We are called to reject fear, to actively stand firm in what we believe, and to share this truth with a world that, let's be honest, desperately needs it.
But you know, this whole idea of standing firm isn't new. It doesn't just stand on its own. It's actually anchored in a much, much older promise, one that was written hundreds of years before Matthew 24 even happened. It's a foundation of hope that has weathered literally thousands of years of storms.
Just listen to these words from the prophet Isaiah, echoing from nearly 3,000 years ago. Do not fear, for I am with you. I will strengthen you and help you. This is a timeless promise. It's a declaration of divine presence and strength that is just as real and available today as it was the moment it was first written.
And let's be perfectly clear about something. This message of hope, it's not a denial of what's happening. The storm is absolutely real. The chaos, the fear, the division, it's all happening. And it's hard.
But, and this is the central point of this whole ancient blueprint, there is something that is stronger than the storm. There is an anchor. It's unshakable. It's secure. It's something that can hold us steady no matter how violent the waves get.
So here it is, the crucial takeaway. According to this ancient text, God is not surprised by what's happening. He's not up there reacting to the chaos. He saw all of this before it ever began. And for those who trust in him, the storm isn't a reason to panic. It's actually a reason to grab onto that anchor even tighter.
So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question. In a world that feels so adrift, who in your life is being tossed around by the waves? Who do you know that really needs to hear that there is an anchor, an unbreakable source of hope that can hold them firm right here, right now?